Hey, this is Cherry, and I'm here at San Diego Comic-Con, and I had to stop off and see Stern Pinballs. I remember as a kid, my dad and my mom had one at our house because my dad loves pinballs and playing games, and you know what? So does everybody else. There's a reason Stern's been around for all this time, and we're going to talk to Jack about their collaboration with some of the fun, geek movies that we all love, as well as iconic bands.
Hey, I'm Jack Danger. I'm Stern Pinball's global brand ambassador, and we're here at Comic-Con San Diego, Comic-Con 2018. San Diego gave us this awesome hall to throw a bunch of pinball machines in, and we're standing in front of our newest pinball machine, Iron Maiden. This game was actually designed by a bunch of rookies at Stern Pinball, meaning that the designer has never made a pinball machine before, the programmers are fairly new, and what they produced is a knockout machine. Now over here, this is the premium model of the game, has a very Egyptian undertone, actually overtone if you will, of what's going on. And all Stern Pinball machines, when they're released, come out with a Pro, a Premium, and an LE version. This is our Premium, our middle model, and every game is just a little bit different, but you'll see all sorts of fun interactive toys on here. We got physical captive ball areas, and this is one of the first games to have 4 flippers that we've produced in quite some time. So, yeah, it's great. Oh, sure. When I say that there's 3 different models that come with each title, the Pro is more of your, like, put on location. You'll find that at a bar, let it get beat up a little bit, you know. The Premium and LEs are more for the collector. So the LE, the limited edition, there's a very limited number, obviously, of how many of those go out. And there's a lot of hype around trying to make sure you get one of those, because you need that number. And in fact, like, staying in theme with Iron Maiden, we went all the way up to 666, just, you know, we had to. But you'll find on the Premium and LE models, like more spinners, more physical, mechanical things that you could do. Like on Guardians of the Galaxy, we've got, you know, the orb opens and closes, sculpted Groot hands, stuff that you don't see on the Pro. They're still all great when you play them, it's just you're paying a little bit more on the Premium and LE to get a little bit more out of it, yeah.
Can you point out the premium on this?
Oh yeah. So here you'll see we have nice sculpted, these are originally sculpted toys. The gate here, the little ramp, the underworld, actually lifts up to allow you to shoot underneath it. You see our mummy captive ball mechanism here. So on the Pro, that's just a captive ball and we'll eventually just lock a ball. But on this, it's actually a ramp that comes up. You have to shoot up this left ramp to lock up a ball physically to begin that multi-ball.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool, Jack. Let's go see a few of the other games that we have there.
Let's go see some more. I think we need to look at some Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh yeah.
Wow.
I gotta say, a quick note really fast on Batman. Beautiful, beautiful game. This is one of Stern's first games where they went Premium LE, Super LE. So this game is extremely, extremely collectible, and if you can find one of these, you're lucky. You're lucky.
How many did they make? Oh, this is an older game? How many did they make of this?
This is not an older game, but it was a very short-run game. The exact number I'm not too familiar with offhand, but everyone came with an original Batman trading card. The LEs and Super LEs, these cards were actually signed by Adam West, the original Batman from Batman 66. And this game also has original call-outs from Adam West before he passed away.
Oh, wow, that is really cool. That's how Stern manages to keep relevant.
You know it. Got to reach out to everybody. And here we are in front of the game that came out just before Iron Maiden. This is Guardians of the Galaxy. This game is so freaking cool, it's out of control. So many great clips from the first movie, and every shot on the game corresponds with a character from the film. You can see a giant Groot head in the back there. His mouth is wide open. So what you do is, when you bash his mouth, he opens it, and you shoot a pinball in there, and he'll close his mouth. If you do that 2 or 3 times, you'll see his mouth go, "I am Groot," and he just starts spitting all the balls back at you, and that's what begins your multi-ball. We have the orb here, obviously, from the movie. That is also another locking mechanism that you could start multi-ball with. The shot over there with Rocket Raccoon there's a little, you can see like a little plastic nub sticking out of there. When you shoot in there, that fires the ball back immediately at you at a much higher rate that you send it at that shot.
Wow, that's really fun.
Lots of great call outs. Yep. And this is the only pinball machine to have a Jackson 5 song in it. Ever. Ever, ever.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah.
Now, how long does it usually take to make one of these games that are related to your?
So the actual process from license to production, that number I'm not too familiar with, unfortunately. But the second they have like the game nailed down and like we need to produce this game, from like laying down the first piece of wood to a finished game is about 30 man hours. Yeah. Behind me, you know, one of the biggest franchises in the world, Star Wars. This game also came out with a Pro Premium in LE. You can see the awesome artwork on here. It's got the light side and the dark side on the left and right parts of the head here. Got the Millennium Falcon cruising around. Now, what's interesting about this table is, first and foremost, this game is really fast. Awesome clips from the show, I'm sorry, the movie. And the Pro model is probably my favorite model on this. I find some of the shots to be pretty easy, but on the Premium and LE, it has the Death Star there, opens and closes when you finally defeat it. It explodes open, it's insane. And there's also a Hyperloop where it's a giant metal ramp that wraps around the entire cabinet. I believe we have one on the floor upstairs at the Star Wars booth. And just an extremely fast, extremely furious game with amazing call-outs.
Okay, when did this one come out?
This game came out, I believe, just last year.
And this is for the original Star Wars?
Yep.
Do you guys have any plans to make any additional Star Wars games?
That is something I could never possibly tell you. Those are secrets that the internet are chomping at the bit to know. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? We got to keep them waiting. Sorry, guys.
I am loving this. Now, somebody wants to buy a Stern game for their home or as a collectible. How do they find you guys?
So Stern doesn't sell direct, so you'll have to find a distributor near you. There's a whole list of distributors at sternpinball.com. Hop on that website, find someone in your area, and they can definitely hook you up.
Well, I know I want to play a game, and it's always going to be Star Wars. I will make sure to check it out.
Do it.
So much for having me.
Thank you so much for having me.